lies will be exposed. That's all.
If you win, you get a night out with Diddy.
I had no idea what kind of wild ride I was getting into.
Saturday night in New York, and I promise you, your ass will wake up Wednesday, laying beside me. Good morning. Can see in your room.
Working for Diddy.
Absolutely.
I love Diddy. Is he a good guy?
I don't want to answer that question.
Wow.
Check this out. You clear on that. You understand now. I'm asking myself, why do I have you here?
I think he's a good guy. I'm going to stick up for him.
And you may not be here then. And anybody want to go with you, they could go too.
Hey, stop screaming. Hey, it's just me, P. Diddy. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. We're going out on like a date, a straight guy date.
Y'all call me Diddy. Call me Diddy.
Okay.
But when I'm being loved and I'm in that mood, because I have to always remind myself, we live in a toxic world.
You don't like me? You get to it. If you don't like me, you in front, get to it, bitch.
And it's love versus hate. That's what's going on right now.
Yeah.
And I choose love.
You want to have love? It's what up, what's up? Fucking come over here and I'll bust your
Nah, hey, keep it
hey, so you don't never talk to me.
That's my new name, and love wins. Love wins. Let's go, y'all.
I leave 30 minutes for the devil get there. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, there you go.
That's what Denzel told me. Leave 30 minutes for the devil get there.
You can call me Love.
Sexy Jay-Z, Beyonce, Mariah Carey, the Kardashians, Kanye West, Paris Hilton, and Russell Simmons were just a few names on the guest list of numerous Diddy parties. But who was on the freak-off guest list who remained silent for years? And who knew what was actually going on behind the scenes after the party ended? Speaking of behind the scenes, it's the middle of a lavish, star-studded dinner in West Hollywood, the kind of exclusive event where the air smells like power and privilege, and the guest list is packed with names that command respect in every room they walk into. But behind the glittering smiles and clinking glasses, something far more disturbing is unfolding. John Diddy Combs, the man behind Bad Boy Records, the mogul who built an empire from nothing, suddenly swings his fist. His target, Cassie Ventura, his then-girlfriend, who doubles over in pain as the punch lands squarely in her stomach. Around them, silence. Neo and Usher continue to chat. Jimmy Iovine barely even blinks. The dinner continues. Power, as always, shields the powerful. We hear stories like this and wonder, how could a man who once represented the very definition of success become entangled in allegations of abuse, manipulation, and violence? In the world of psychology, there's a well-documented theory that power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. The allure of control is seductive, and once someone tastes it, they're often unwilling to let it go. Power doesn't just change what a person can do, it changes how they see the world and themselves within it. Those at the top.
Yeah.
What's preparing the sexy?
I mean, when I walk in, I definitely take pride in being the originator of the preparation of the sexy.
Yes.
Yes, and that's candles. I like candles. I like tuberose. I'm into baths, you know, so I like my bath at the right temperature. It's just little things that I personally like. I like my room to be sexy.
Often begin to feel invincible, their actions justified by the very systems that support them. They aren't inherently evil, they're shaped that way by a combination of success, unchecked influence, and an environment that rewards their worst behaviors. Diddy wasn't born into this world as a villain, he was shaped by it. As a young man, he navigated the cutthroat music industry, learning quickly that kindness didn't build empires. He built his career on hustling, on staying 2 steps ahead, and on ruthlessly seizing opportunities. But somewhere along the way, that hunger for success turned into something darker. In previous episodes of Surviving Diddy, we've discussed how his erratic behavior stemmed from trauma, such as his father being fatally shot when Diddy was just 3 years old and witnessing his mother's lifestyle.
I did it.
Because I'm public enemy number one.
As a young boy. His early college experiences, throwing wild parties at Howard University, also played a role. Another significant influence on him was Clive Davis. Every prodigy needs a mentor, someone to guide them, mold them, and whether consciously or not, groom them. For Diddy, that mentor was Clive Davis, the industry titan who had already shaped the careers of legends like Whitney Houston and Aretha Franklin. Davis, known for his sharp eye for talent and unmatched understanding of the industry's power dynamics, saw potential in Combs. But what Davis imparted wasn't just about crafting hit records, it was about wielding power in an industry where success is often built on control, manipulation, and outmaneuvering competitors. To the young Combs, Davis wasn't just a mentor, he was a puppet master, carefully pulling strings and showing him the rules of the game. Combs absorbed everything Davis taught him, not only how to survive and thrive in a cutthroat business, but also how to use others to maintain success. The relationship between Davis and Combs exemplifies a well-documented psychological dynamic in high-pressure industries, the mentor-apprentice power hierarchy. The mentor shapes the moral and ethical boundaries, or lack thereof, of their protege. For Combs, success in the music industry wasn't just about talent, it was about power, how to gain it, hold it, and wield it to shape the world around him. The monster he would later become wasn't born in the streets of Harlem, but was carefully crafted in the boardrooms of record labels under the watchful eyes of men like Clive Davis. And while Davis may have given Combs the tools to build an empire, he also knowingly or unknowingly contributed to the creation of a man who would use those tools for darker purposes. By the time Diddy launched Bad Boy Entertainment in 1993, he had already internalized the lessons of power and control from his mentor. He was no longer just a talented young executive, he was a man on a mission, driven by a relentless hunger for success. Bad Boy was his kingdom, and Diddy was its king. But beneath the glitz, glamour, and platinum records, something more insidious was happening. The man who had once hustled his way to the top was now becoming the puppet master, pulling strings for control, domination, and eventually destruction. In October 2007, Diddy made one of the most
Talking about expensive pain?
Now,
in his ass?
wait, this is Philly you're talking about now. Wait a minute, Jack.
Me.
Wait a minute.
He's a Fruit Loop. He Diddy-fied.
This is Philly.
He's a deep fried period. He Diddy-fied. He Diddy-fried. He the Diddy do I bop. Fuck me. Real rap.
You think that audio that they put out was real?
Yeah, that was him. Nicki put that out there.
The pivotal moves in his career, a groundbreaking partnership with Diageo, the global liquor giant. This deal was more than just a business adventure, it was an emblem of power, and he began to believe in his own myth. The more successful he became, the more untouchable he felt. Research in psychology has drawn parallels between substance addiction and the addiction to fame and control. Diddy's success with Ciroc wasn't just about wealth, it became part of his identity. But as his fame and wealth soared, so did his belief that he was untouchable, able to rewrite reality to suit his needs. And while his public persona remained largely intact, incidents began to chip away at it. In 2024, Diddy filed a $1 billion lawsuit against Diageo, claiming racial discrimination. Although there's no concrete evidence, some conspiracy theories suggest that Diageo may have tried to weaken Diddy's public image, viewing his growing influence as a threat. While such theories may or may not hold water, they reveal a larger truth about the intoxicating nature of power and fame. The higher one climbs, the further they have to fall. From the alleged assault of a bodyguard at a Hamptons party to altercations in public spaces and accusations of violence on reality shows, the narrative around Diddy became more complex. Each lawsuit, accusation, and altercation added another crack to the surface of his carefully constructed empire. The story of Diddy serves as a cautionary tale, a reminder of the price of unchecked power and the toll it takes on everyone involved. Sexy Jay-Z, Beyoncé, Mariah Carey, the Kardashians, Kanye West, Paris Hilton, and Russell Simmons were just a few names on the guest list of numerous Diddy parties. But who was on the freak-off guest list who remained silent for years? And who knew what was actually going on behind the scenes after the party ended? Speaking of behind the scenes, it's the middle of a lavish, star-studded dinner in West Hollywood, the kind of exclusive event where the air smells like power and privilege, and the guest list is packed with names that command respect in every room they walk into. But behind the glittering smiles and clinking glasses, something far more disturbing is unfolding. John Diddy Combs, the man behind Bad Boy Records, the mogul who built an empire from nothing, suddenly swings his fist. His target, Cassie Ventura, his then-girlfriend, who doubles over in pain as the punch lands squarely in her stomach. Around them, silence. Neo and Usher continue to chat. Jimmy Iovine barely even blinks. The dinner continues. Power, as always, shields the powerful.
Nobody's been catching more heat on the internet than Meek Mill. Meek Mill spoke on it. He's like, I hate these people on the internet. They just keep speaking on him.
So it's like, you know, I came off the team. I'm gonna tell you what's going on with Meek. I left for a team that Meek was on. Meek left that team, and they leave that team. They come for you. You know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta understand everything in a relationship is like a relationship with these labels, right? And leaving like a girl with a lot of power. And like you could have gave her that power. You giving that girl some good dick, right? But she has a lot of money and a lot of power. She's gonna try to make your life a living hell.
Yeah.
And anything that she's gonna and if we own the internet, then we're gonna spread all the rumors about you. I'm gonna put 1,000, 3,000 comments making jokes. I'm gonna pay for 3,000 comments whenever you post. All about it. And then my is like, it's not even, I tell Meek, it's not even that they doing it, bro. They gonna do it. They try to call me gay. I'm most ever out there. Like, come on, for real, let's be serious. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even that. I'm not even mad at them doing it. It's be the that believe it. That's what you gotta be. It's like they gonna. I don't want to say that word. They're gonna do female like that. Niggas gonna do female spread rumors regardless.
They're naive.
But the mother not the naive people. That's the ones believing it. I'm talking about the ones that believe in it are the suckers because they just want it to be true because they haters. You feel me? They hate it. Like there's no way he can't be fucking all those. He gotta be doing something. There's no way me could be that rich. There's no way Bobby doing it. There's no way they doing that. But we are doing it. You got all of that.
Hear stories like this and wonder, how could a man who once represented the very definition of success become entangled in allegations of abuse, manipulation, and violence? In the world of psychology, there's a well-documented theory that power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. The allure of control is seductive, and once someone tastes it, they're often unwilling to let it go. Power doesn't just change what a person can do, it changes how they see the world and themselves within it. Those at the top often begin to feel invincible, their actions justified by the very systems that support them. They aren't inherently evil, they're shaped that way by a combination of success, unchecked influence, and an environment that rewards their worst behaviors. Diddy wasn't born into this world as a villain, he was shaped by it. As a young man, he navigated the cutthroat music industry, learning quickly that kindness didn't build empires. He built his career on hustling, on staying 2 steps ahead, and on ruthlessly seizing opportunities. But somewhere along the way, that hunger for success turned into something darker. In previous episodes of Surviving Diddy, we've discussed how his erratic behavior stemmed from trauma, such as his father being fatally shot when Diddy was just 3 years old and witnessing his mother's lifestyle as a young boy. His early college experiences, throwing wild parties at Howard University, also played a role. Another significant influence on him was Clive Davis. Every prodigy needs a mentor, someone to guide them, mold them, and whether consciously or not, groom them. For Diddy, that mentor was Clive Davis.
Allegedly, Sean Carter is responsible for enacting Hype Williams to put Aaliyah on a faulty plane to move her out the way as punishment for rejecting him, and so he could level up Beyonce, who was struggling. Let's just say allegedly that happened. Now I want you to think about 106th and Park with Mary J. Blige. Free, who is a victim of Sean Carter.
Yeah.
Mary J. Blige, who is a victim of Sean Combs, are sitting there talking about the death of Aaliyah amongst each other. Think about that. You got a Diddy victim, you got a Jay-Z victim, and you got a superstar gone. They know what happened. And yet, they had to sit there and have that conversation like they didn't know who did it. Think of the power of that moment. Think about Claudia Jordan right now. Claudia Jordan don't ever mention my mother name. She mentioned it yesterday.
All these celebrity friends he have, and nobody came out.
They brand. It's all about the money. They saw what he did to Cassie. With the kicking, the punching. They saw what they did to Cassie. They know did nobody in America like that. So now, these people are represented by a brand. Whether it's something about the music, clothing, movies, they not gonna come out and speak on nothing that has anything to do with them, and they praying that they not on the tape doing crazy stuff, being oiled up in the whole 9 yards. They praying. So until the feds say, hey, yo, listen here. We got you on, hey buddy, we got you on this tape, and girl looked like she was pretty young. We're not gonna show it, but we need you to come and testify against Brother Love, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, you know, Sean Combs. That's when they're gonna start talking. And they're not gonna be talking in his favor. When the feds come to them and show them what they got on tape, because if he had 250 tapes all over, 250 cameras all over the house, somebody got caught stealing a cookie out the cookie jar. It could be your favorite pastor. It could be your favorite politician. Yeah, I was at a Diddy party, but I know I ain't do nothing. When you don't know somebody's taping you, when you don't know that somebody is videoing you in some kind of form or fashion, and you got that alcohol, you got the drugs in you, they're a little loose, bruh. They let down all their inhibitions. The music is pumping. He said it himself. He got it so hot in there that you gotta take your clothes off. He said that himself, bruh. So a lot of them, like what he said? I think a lot of them was being swallowed. Have you ever been swallowed? They tell off on themselves all the time, man. You just gotta listen.
But why do you think Diddy had all them hidden cameras?
Bruh, when you that powerful, you didn't get that powerful without having 1 or 2 or maybe 3 ups on somebody. Diddy always been the type of individual that want to have ups on the next person no matter what they was doing. Like, he always played artists against each other. He did it to Big, he did it to Craig Mack. You understand? I said before, he did the stuff to Ja Rule. I'm gonna speak on their name. They doing programs and everything like that, and they may be doing something, they may speak on it themselves. But I heard it from some music executives.
Where did you hear?
Bro, you know how people be talking, and we was around some people, something like that, and then some people might say, yo, I don't F with that dude. And at the time, I didn't even know who the F Usher was. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of situations. And when somebody say, yo, man, I don't F with them niggas, man, I'm getting out that industry and everything like that. You know, Puff sent this little kid to the hospital. How he sent her to the hospital? Man, nigga was bleeding from the butt. And that's what was said. But I didn't even have a name for the kid at the time. Then you heard, and that's what happened. And that's just, that's something that you heard. You don't know if it's true, you just heard it. So, and just to hear this, and this new thing where they saying that they got kids coming forward and said that he did that, man, that shit is crazy. And like I just said,